It should come as no surprise to anyone that She-Hulk Attorney at Law has pushed away so much of the audience for Marvel. Because if you were paying attention, if you were listening to what was coming out of the mouths of the cast and crew before this series even came out, it would have been obvious that they are not making this series to entertain people. They're not trying to create some compelling characters that fit in this world and this story. No, that's not it. Instead, they wanted to use this show as a platform for identity politics and virtue signaling. Of course, that's what they wanted to do. This is Marvel Phase 4 after all. And they wanted to key it for a very specific demographic. And if you are not part of that group, and if you are not down with whatever cause they're spewing at the moment, well, then you can go fuck yourself. And in fact, that's what they've made so much of this show about, is attacking the fan base. And once again, in the most recent episode, that's exactly what we saw. Now, the mainstream media is loving that. You get articles like this: in She-Hulk, toxic fandom becomes the big bad. You also have awesome stuff like She-Hulk Attorney at Law is a smash. Smashing the patriarchy, that is. But in reality, when you look at the reaction to this show, what do we see across the board on all sites? Rotten Tomatoes, 36% audience score. What about over on IMDb? We saw this from the beginning. We saw them try to delete and manipulate these as well, but didn't work out so well, as it's sitting there at a 4.9 overall with a lot of one-star reviews. Now, are all these one-star reviews legitimate? No, I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that all of these are legitimate reviews. Are all the 5-star reviews legitimate? No, they're absolutely not. Just like we see on all sides of anything that comes out, there's gonna be people that go out there to send a message one way or the other. We've seen all the massive 10-star reviews. We've seen the massive 1-star reviews that do not make sense on both sides. But what about Metacritic? We see the same exact thing. A 3.3 over here on Metacritic. So many people have summarily rejected this show, and really Marvel shouldn't be surprised by that. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to be divisive. They wanted to push the audience away, so much so that once again, they took the opportunity to do that in this series. When they were talking about the same people they referenced in the last series, pushing back against those toxic men who don't like She-Hulk, what was the reaction in episode? I don't care what a bunch of losers say about me online. Can't even say it to my face because they know they get Hulk smashed. It's ironic, isn't it? It's ironic that you would say something like that when in reality, the people that are supporting this, the Marvel stans that are out there, the people with pronouns in their bios and fictional characters as their entire personality online, those are the people that don't show their face. Those are the people that hide their identities in large part. That is your fan base. So it's interesting that you would try to take a shot at the audience you think you're taking a shot at, when in reality, you are describing your core fan base at this point. And once again, in this episode, the vast majority of people were uninterested with a literal therapy session for Jen Walters and She-Hulk. Because would they like me if I didn't have all of this? And that sucks for Jen, because Jen is great. And this is a moment in time where she is talking to a group of criminals, a group of villains who have rehabilitated themselves. And to be fair, look at these guys who are out there. Look, She-Hulk doesn't show all men as bad. Look at these guys out there supporting She-Hulk in, really cutting things off with the boyfriend. The guy that everyone was raving about? Oh, look, he's so nice. He loves Jen. He's a good guy in the series. Oh yeah, he turns out to actually be a villain. He turns out not to be a good guy because nearly every single man in She-Hulk is depicted as evil, incompetent, an idiot, a moron, whatever it may be. And once again, this one is evil. Now, if I were a betting man, even with everybody supporting them, supporting these guys, the Marvel stands out there, look at these men. I have a feeling, I have a sneaky suspicion that not all is as it seems. And in fact, this entire situation was set up to get Jen to do just what she did. And in fact, the men that were nice to her in this are going to end up being the villains. What a crazy shock. What a crazy twist that would be. But of course, it's not being written by the most high IQ people. We know that. But one thing we have seen yet again is the Marvel audience pushing back, because the only reason a lot of people were watching this is for the cameos. That's what they had to do. They needed cameos to get anyone to watch She-Hulk. And the one that they teased several episodes ago is the primary reason why a lot of people are even watching or keeping up with this show. Daredevil fans again this week, hashtag She-Hulk. Yeah, because the Daredevil tease once again did not show up. Every Daredevil fan finishing She-Hulk episode 7. Lots of people upset that they continue to get teased about a character that they care about that's not showing up in this god-awful show. And of course, what does the She-Hulk audience actually do? Oh, well, they emulate the series. Hey, man babies, for all the salty people upset about another episode without Daredevil. Daredevil doesn't need to be in She-Hulk to be a good show. A lot of people seem to disagree with that sentiment. What about here? At this point, when Daredevil has a cameo in She-Hulk, I hope the post-credit scene of the episode is him walking away, then turning into a fucking Skrull. It would be the biggest troll ever. You know, would make it a woman Skrull, LMAO. It would piss people off so bad. That's what they want. They want an audience to be completely and totally divided. That is what they're hoping for. If y'all want Daredevil this bad, go rewatch 3 seasons. I don't know what else to tell you. Well, I know what else to tell you. The only reason a lot of people are watching it is to get a glimpse of Daredevil, because that's how badly this show is resounding with the audience. This is what they told us they were going to do. They told us that they were going to push away the audience, that they would make it for this very niche demographic of, either people who are, probably 15, 16 years old with pronouns in their bios, or for people in their late 30s, very lonely women that are bitter that they haven't found a man for themselves. And in the process, they have doubled, tripled, and quadrupled down on attacking the core Marvel audience. And let's just say, I don't think anyone thinks it's going to end up going very well for them. But when you encourage your creators to do exactly that, well, don't be surprised if you get some ramifications that you're not very happy about, like people despising this show. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.